Hello everybody, this is Tipu Sultan Qureshi. So today's topic is averages for InfyTQ. Let us start today's topic. Before getting into that, we need some of the basic formulae required for this. We'll see what are those. So before getting into that, my dear friends, we'll just we'll have a small glance on averages. Where do you come across averages in your life? My question. Yeah, so everywhere. If you take the marks, if you take the average weight of the group, such kind of stuff you came across. But for now, we are dealing with averages in exam point of view. As far as exam concerned, so you need a couple of formulae, my dear friends. Just check what are those. So the very first and foremost formula is average. The very first formula you need is total sum of all items by total number of all items, guys. So many people get confused with this formula, saying, oh, what is total? Total is that in the numerator it is total, in the denominator it is total. But I want to write it pretty straightforward, which is A is equals to T by N, total by number. This is the only hero of this entire topic, and the next couple of minutes, we are going to use this kind of formulae only. Right. So now this is the technical definition of average. What is the generic definition, my friends? So when we say average, it is the center value of the entire data set. In that data, one can be the highest, one can be the lowest, one can be the big number, one can be the small number. But believe me, average is the number which balances all the data points in the particular data set. Right. So we can say the center value, we can say the middle value, right? We can say the mean. So there are pretty list of names for this average, but we call it as an average. Simply remember this: average is equals to T by N. Right. So many people ask many questions. There are plenty of types, guys. If you keep on discussing averages, it takes a lot of time. So we quickly jump into the questions where you can find the relevant model of our InfyTQ. Right. So yes, so just give me a second. I'll share the document with you so that you can see. Good. I hope everybody can see the screen. Right. Now, I was doing something. Right. So like a family consists of two parents. So guys, we are going to discuss these questions. We are going to discuss the method how to solve averages using the shortest way. We can do it in many ways, my dear friends. Like if you want to appear for 10th class exam, you can write it for 5 marks question. If you want to spend 5 hours of time, you can continuously start writing it. But for me, average, as far as your exam is concerned, there is only few seconds for each question. So you have to solve it in a pretty less time. So that is what I'm here for. So let's see what can be done here. Yes. So can somebody read the question for me? Oh, I'm sorry, I cannot listen it to you, but still I can listen it to your heart. Just read it in your mind, my dear friends. A family consists of 2 grandparents, 2 parents, 3 children, 3 grandchildren. The average age of the grandparents is 67 years. Yeah, so he has given all the average ages of all the members. But for me, what I'll do is I'll just segregate into 3 categories for your understanding, guys. So grandparents, parents, and grandchildren. Is that okay? Right. So grandparents, how many are there? 2. What is their average age? 67. So what is the formula, guys? Everywhere you see an average term, immediately you write A is equals to T by N. Right? That implies average. Average is given for grandparents. It is 67. That is equals to T by number of people. The grandparents only 2 since it is India. Right. So T is equals to 67 into 2, which is 134. The total ages of grandparents is 134. Right. How about parents, guys? The same story. I'm not going to repeat anymore because this is not history class. This is an aptitude class, by the way. Parents are 2 members. Average is 35. So total age of parents is 70. Pretty simple. How about grandchildren, guys? Grandchildren, how many are there? 3 grandchildren. Oh, sorry. Average is 6. So T by 3, which is T is equals to 18. So this is a total, guys. But what is asking? Average age of the family, but is. So total average. I'm writing it here. So what is a total formula? Total sum of all ages by total number of people. Total sum of all the ages of all the people. So basically 134 is grandparents, 70 is parents, 18 is grandchildren. How many people are there? Can someone help me out? 2 plus 2, 4, 4 plus 3 is 7. This is your answer, guys. Come on. So how much you get it? 134 plus 70, 204, 204 plus 18. 222 by 7 is your answer. But the answer looks like French language, but you got a number. No, my dear friends, these two are same. You have to just understand it. Have a basic idea about it. Right. So to convert this into mixed fraction, as everybody, I'm assuming everybody knows this process. If not, again, I'm here to tell you, I'm your brother. Just check it out. So 7 3s are 21, 12 1s are 7, remainder is 5. So 5 is the remainder, 7 is the divisor. This is dividend. This is quotient, right? So how do you write it, my dear friends? So basically 31 is your quotient, remainder is 5 divided by divisor. Yes. So this is how you are supposed to do these questions, guys. So first, when you have multiple groups, you have to take all the sum of all the elements in particular groups divided by total number of elements. That's simple. So people, few guys have done something wrong. Just check it out. What do you do? What does they do? 67 plus, yeah, I'll write it in the next column. So what they'll do is average of 3 members, right? 67 plus 35 plus 6 by 3. Now this is just like watching English movie with Telugu subtitles. No, it's wrong. That doesn't match our concept at all, right? So I hope everybody is clear with this question. So now we are going to deal with the next question, guys. Are you ready? I hope yes. Yeah, let's start a fresh page. Right. So the next question is appearing. So there is no surprise for the next question. But still, I'm here to tell you this type of question. This is pretty difficult model, guys. So I would like to tell you in such a way that, so what is the formula actually? Total average is equals to total by number. From this, average is given. First, understand the question, guys. So this is question number 2. So there are 4, 5 consecutive months, 5 elements. 6th month you have to find out if the average is 6,500. Yeah, this is pretty decent, which means the simplest way of doing it is average is given 6,500. You must take all the elements like 6927 plus so on plus 6th one, okay, divided by totally 6. If you do this, you will get the answer, but it kills your time. It is just like watching serial, you know it. One scene repeats for multiple times. We are in a T20 generation. Let us learn it in a quickest way. So what do you do for this is, first, my dear friends, 6435. What is the average given? So to understand this concept, I would like to tell you a small example. And if you don't mind, just look at out of the box example here. It is not in the question. I'm just writing it. So what is the average of all three? Yeah, for you, whoever are watching. What is the average of all 3? 300 by 4, which is 75. So now what I'm doing is 75 is average. So the difference between these two is 0. Difference between these two is minus 60. Difference between these two is 25. And difference between these two is 35. So these are the differences with the average. So if you take the sum of all the differences, it will lead to 0, which means if you take average as a reference and sum of all the difference among the numbers with average, that leads to 0. The same principle I'm going to apply here, guys. Rather doing it, I'm making it simple for you. Just check out. I'm sure you don't have to write this again on the paper, but for your understanding, this is a learning process. I'm writing it. So I do not know the sixth one. I'm writing it as X. So what is the average? 6,500. So now just identify the differences among these two, which is minus 65, if I'm not wrong. How about this? Plus 427. Am I right, guys? Here, plus 355. Say something? Definitely yes. How about this fellow? 730. Good. Here, 62. Here, we do not know, right? So we'll assume it as A. So the rule is the sum should be equals to 0. That is what we learned. The sum should be equals to 0. Now, how much is the sum? That is what we have to find out. So take all the sum, my dear friends. How do you do that? Do you want the shortest way or the traditional? That's fine, it's up to you. But for me, it is 350 plus 70 is 420 plus 10, 430. 430 plus 730. 430 plus 730, 1160. Okay, 1160 plus 427 plus 62. Yes. So first add all this. It's 141649 minus 65. This is minus, guys. 4851. So the total sum is 1580, 1584 plus A equals to 0. That implies A is equals to minus 1584, which means that instead of A, if you place 1584, you get X value. Now, how about 62 here? That is 62 extra of the average. So it's minus 1584 means you have to subtract minus 1584 from 6500. That's your answer, guys. If you are ready, is it 54? Are you sure? Yeah. Yeah, so there was a small mistake in that. So sum of all the elements should be 0. That is what we are learning it. We do not know what is this number, so we'll assume it as A. Then what do you get, my dear friends? Just quickly do it. 427, 355, 730, 62. This is the sum of all the 4. The remaining is subtraction minus. We'll do it. So what do you get, my dear friends? 12 plus 2, 14. 10, 17, 7, 14, 1574, 1574 minus 65, right? This is 9. Yes, it is 0. Definitely 1509. So 1509 is the difference among this number and the average. What is the average given? 6,500. So to get the answer, you have to subtract 9 from 6500, guys. That is what your answer is. So 9, right? You get 4. You get 4. Right? Yes. Disagree? No, it is 5. 10 minus 5. Yes. 4991. So 4991, that is your answer. This is how you are supposed to do it. So you should not opt for the longer method. This is the shortest way of doing this. So I hope everybody is clear. We'll move on to the next question. Right, the last question of the session. Let's check out. In the first 10 overs of a cricket game, the run rate was only 3.2. What should be the run rate in remaining 40 overs to reach a target of 282 runs? So my first point for you is to understand run rate term. So those who play cricket, they are aware of it. But for those guys who do not play cricket, especially girls, so the formula for run rate is, yes, number of runs scored or to be scored by number of overs. For example, if you have 60 overs, 60 runs to be scored from 10 overs, what do you do? 60 by 10. The run rate is 6.0. I hope you got it. Now, first, in the first 10 overs of a cricket game, the run rate was only 3.2. What should be the run rate in the remaining 40 overs to reach the target of 282 runs? So first of all, the total target is 282, which means to win the game, the team has to score 282 runs. In that, 10 overs. For the first 10 overs, they score at 3.2. So what is the average formula? T by N. So they said that average is 3.2. So total runs, you do not know how many runs. I'm just trying to find out. In number of overs played is 10. So T is equals to 3.2 into 10, which is 32 runs. So which means that, my dear friends, so 32 runs scored in first 10 overs. What is the actual target? 282. So 32 runs are already scored. So how many runs to be scored now to win the game? 250 runs. So in a 50 overs game, it is actually a 50 over game, right? So 50 overs game have been divided into two parts, 10 and 40. In 10, already 32 scored. In 40 to win 250. So the required run rate is asking, the run rate to be met to win the game is, as I told you, run rate means average here. Average equals to total number of runs by total number of overs left. So run rate RR is equals to total of number of runs is 250, overs are 40. 0 gets cancelled. 6.025 runs. If you score at the rate of 6.25 runs per over, you will win the game. That is how you do the questions on averages, my dear friends. So thank you so much for watching this. So be safe. Please don't forget to subscribe for more videos. This is how you are supposed to solve the aptitude questions. We'll get into the concepts very soon and we'll find the easiest ways, guys. I hope you like this video. If you have doubts, you can just comment in the comment box. It will be available for you, right? So please don't forget to subscribe. Thank you so much for your time. Bye-bye.